Yeah, yeah. Hey, what is up, beautiful people? It is Coach Martinez and
Maria, your mindset BFF.
Wagwanan people. We are today. It is going to be. Oh wait, what is this? Hey, we have a comment already. First, MJ, love you, man. How you doing, buddy? MJ is like the coolest guy in the world. First of all, this guy can bench press
Oh my
like
gosh.
6,000 pounds. Just to let you know, that's how awesome this guy is.
That's incredible. I need
Yeah.
to see that. If it's
Oh,
6,000, I need to see that in real person,
yeah. It's
in
on
real life.
it's on his Instagram. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I'm
put
going to
up.
go stalk you, MJ.
He's like the coolest cat ever. Guys, listen. We have some crazy, crazy announcements coming today at the towards the end, and so make sure you stick around. This is going to be huge. It's going to revolutionize everything. Everything. Are you excited, Maria?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm going to puke a little bit. That's how excited I am.
Uh, right on camera.
Oh my gosh. Where's my bucket? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's nasty. Where's your elephant?
What elephant? Oh, I have it here. Oh, shoot. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Hold on.
Where's the elephant? Ladies and gentlemen,
Right here.
this elephant.
Listen, I am serious about my water intake, okay? I drink a gallon a day, and I'm fretting right now because this is more than halfway full, and it is what, 8:34. So I gotta I gotta check this in the next 30 minutes.
So hang on, chill. Hang on 1 second. So if you don't drink that one thing is a gallon?
No, I drink 2 of those a day.
You drink 2 of those a day.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because I have started my phase 2 of 75 hard.
No, I know.
But that's why that's one of the tasks that you have to do with 75 hard. It is a task of drinking 1 gallon a day, right? So if I don't drink it, I can't say that I've done it, and then I fail the program. So I'm not failing. I'm no quitter.
Dude, you're gonna pee your bed. You know that, right? If you're drinking,
Listen, I wake up. Don't worry. I wake up. I go to the bathroom. But legit, I will, like, no matter what, this water is gonna be done. And I have suffered at night. Like, I've woken up multiple times at night. But I get that check mark, and that's what matters.
are you legit? Like that's for reals?
Yeah, I am so serious. I'm not failing. Like,
I didn't
the
know
sub
that.
yeah, 75 hard is hardcore when it comes. If you're not familiar with 75 hard, if you are, let me know in the comments. If you're not, basically is a program that's like, it revolutionizes your mindset. I have changed so much because of it. What it is a series of tasks that you have to do. You check them off every day. If you get them done, then you get a big check mark that you've completed. If you don't, then you fail it and you have to restart from the very beginning. The first part is 75 days. Then you start the second part, which adds a couple more tasks, and that's 30 days. Then you take 30 days off, and then you go back for phase 2, which is another 30 days. So I am phase 2 right now.
No, I know, but that's not even again like so. That's great, good for you, congratulations. But that's not what
I know you're jealous. So I'm just putting it out there. Miguel is jealous.
I'm not jealous. Don't take it back. I'm not jealous. What I'm saying is, what happens? Because how frequent? Oh, excuse me. How frequent are your
Oh no! Did I lose you?
bathroom break? Like your bathroom?
You're freezing. Is that me or you?
Hello? Is she? What is happening here? Did she freeze?
No, I'm
Just
right
when I'm about
here.
to ask for the bathroom.
I'm right here.
Oh, did you? Okay. What is it?
Sorry, I don't know.
Did you hear what I asked?
Okay.
Did you hear what I asked? Yeah, we're back.
We're back. Okay. Yeah, how frequent I go pee? Are you asking me about my bath?
Yeah, I'm not asking. No, don't go into specific. I don't want to know details. I'm just saying, how frequent are your bathroom visits? Like,
they're frequent. I mean, when you drink a lot of water, you have to go. So I do plan like, if I'm home, it's fine. But if I'm going to the store, I have to plan around where I'm going because there are certain places that I don't go pee at.
That's so insane. I can't fathom that. I'm sorry.
If you guys out there are serious about your water, you like 100%. You feel me. I know you feel me.
Yeah. Anyways, listen, good for you. That's awesome. But we have some crazy news for everyone today. So please make sure you stick around towards the end because we are launching something insane, and we definitely We want you to check it out. So, but
Yeah.
anyways, so listen, this month is going to be so month number one. When we started this sucker back in December, we had talked about what do we talk about?
It was wellness. It was
Wellness,
physical wellness, spiritual wellness, and mindset. So
right?
it was all in
And
one.
the month of January, we talked about
That was January.
no.
Oh shoot! When we started, I think we started in December. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, has it really been? That's insane. So
yeah,
December, we talked about mindset, and it was like a little intro to us as well, right?
right, right,
And
right,
then when we went into January, we talked about wellness and
right.
coaching and the importance of getting a mentor.
Yeah.
And then
February,
February,
finance.
finance.
Yeah.
So we're in March. We are in March.
We're March podcast 15, and today we are going to, or this month for the month of March, we're going to talk about family relations. And just to give you a little bit of heads up, some of the things that we're going to be talking about. So today we're going to be talking about self-care, but then we're also going to be talking about the next podcast, which is next week Monday. We're going to talk about communications and conflict resolution and
Oh, that's a
how
good
to
one.
meet in the middle. This is going to be insane. Then we're going to talk about time, dating, and prioritizing. So dating is going to be a massive one. So make sure you bring your best dating tips. And the last time we're going to talk about things things to do to bring normality back into your life in spite of pandemic. But today,
Yeah.
we're definitely talking about self-care. So Maria,
Mm-hmm. Tell
this
me.
is probably, I'll tell you right now, this is probably one of my favorite subjects, self-care. So I work with Canadian Mental Health. Oh, here we go. Look, MG's asking a question. How important is water intake for you? I love the finance segments. Oh, thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so much. That's so kind of you, MJ. How important is water intake for you? It's very important. I've noticed
It's
that
not that
because
important. No, it's not.
okay, listen, don't listen
No.
to him. It's because I work out a lot as well, and it has decreased my muscle soreness like no one's business.
Yeah.
And my skin is so much better. I used to break out a lot, and now it's like nice and like soft. So
Yeah. Yeah.
hydration is a must.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm just joking. I'm not telling you guys not to drink water.
He legit is telling you guys not to drink water.
I'm
Don't
not
listen.
telling you
Like when
not.
it comes to water, he's like a raisin. Like
Oh,
you know, like a raisin all shriveled up. That's him in the inside.
that was
You
gonna be
better watch out because when you're old, that's gonna be your head. And when I see you, I'm gonna tell you it's because you didn't drink enough water.
Do you remember that was gonna be my coach name, Coach La Pasa.
Coach La Pasa, Coach Raisin, aka Raisin, Prune.
I hope that it won't stick. Yeah, thanks, Maria. But listen, today's subject is actually one of my favorite subjects, which is we are talking about self-care. So I work with, or I used to work actually with the Canadian Mental Health Association. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yes, I.
Yeah, so for a lot of you, it's a nationwide organization, and they talk about mental health and mental health awareness, and they do a lot of certification programs. Anyway, so I was one of their adult educators, and I was the lead for self-care. So anytime that an organization would ask about self-care, they would normally send me out on assignments and talk about it.
Okay,
So
so I'm excited to hear your points of views. He
well,
didn't. Okay, so I should give you guys a heads up. When we get together before the show, he never wants to tell me anything. He's like, "Okay, I'll ask you while we're on the show," and so I never know where he's gonna come from. And he's like, "We're gonna battle it out." All right, bring it, Coach Martinez.
well, the reason why, because you said something there, and I don't know
If
how
you
much.
agree,
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with you. So
yeah.
hang on. So hang on.
Okay,
I'm excited. I'm excited. Hang on.
okay, do it, do it. Just rip off that band-aid.
Before we tell you about self-care, I actually, for all those who are listening, what I want to know from you is, what do you do to put a smile on your face to just kind of like bring happiness back into your life? Let me know on the chat. So for those who are listening, those who are watching, what do you do to put a smile back in your face? Now, as we're waiting for these comments to come in, Maria, what do you do to put smiles back in your face?
Just put smiles in my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I do, oh shoot. If we're thinking just about legit smiling,
Yeah, just feeling good.
just smiling and feeling good. Well, what helps me to feel good is working out, is reading. I like reading. I like hanging out with my kids. What else do I like? I like going for walks. I
Okay.
do. You know what? If you say it that way, I do like watching things and going to the movies,
All right.
going out for dinner.
Yeah. So
But see, this is where I beg to differ. And Okay,
So
let's
bring it.
just
No, bring it. Say
okay.
it.
Okay.
So we're talking
So
about, just to give people context here, we were talking about
yeah.
we were take time to watch
Oh,
this podcast. Terry, love ya. She's awesome.
I know. That's
So
so kind. Thank you.
yeah, Terry's awesome. Her whole family's amazing. So we were talking in a podcast, and and Maria said your BFF coach.
Yes, I am your BFF. I'll tell you how. No, I'm just kidding. I won't tell you. Well, I will be honest.
So she were talking about doing self cares and all these different, and then she said something she didn't know if it was a self care, which was anyway. I'll let
Okay,
you
so
finish.
this is the thing. As I was thinking about self care, right? Because sometimes I hear others talk about self care, and I do hear that people, like watching TV or like going out to eat and different things like that, and I can understand why those things are self-care.
Mhm.
But when I think of the concept of self-care, is something that you're doing for you, right? So I actually jot some things down, and I put like what self-care. I put what is the difference between entertainment and self-care, because there is a difference between the two, right? And in my mind and in my thoughts and the way that I operate in my life is that self-care allows you to tune in. It's like you're taking yourself to a mechanic shop. It allows you to kind of see where you're at and where you want to work on and where you want to get better or feel better. It brings a state of calmness, of joy, of progression. That to me, any activity that falls into that realm to me is self-care.
Okay.
Yeah, so for instance, for me, self-care is exercising my body. I love it to exercise my body because one, it makes my daily life so much easier. The fact I have 4 kids, I have to pick them up sometimes. I do chores, I go out, carry groceries, like that allows me the fact that I work out and now allows it to kind of translate into my everyday life. Same thing with reading. The reading helps me to find coping strategies when I'm stressed or anxious or my feelings are getting like the best of me. It allows me to know the things that I need to do. So to me, self-care, it's tuning in, figuring out what's going on, and then doing activities that can bring me joy and calmness as I face the world.
Okay. So yes, you are absolutely right. So
Tell me, give me
every time, every time we're talking the pre-show, I'm like, this is good. This is where you're wrong. And then
tell me, lay it down.
no,
Because
you're
now
not.
that you when you did say it though, I can understand why. If you're because self-care is about having joy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
So before we talk about into the definition of self-care, right? And I know what you're saying, and I know what you're saying, and it's very interesting that you separated entertainment versus self-care. And I think a lot of the times where we have problems in the world is that we're not on the right definition, right? And so
mhm.
then and we see it all the time with world and religion and with politics and government and all these different things is your version or what you believe something, like you think the word, phone, and then your definition of phone differs from my definition of phone. And so now all of a sudden, well, it's not the same definition. So let's battle it out. You're wrong, I'm right, and vice
Yeah.
versa. And so I think that's where we get problems. So first thing and we're going to talk a lot about this next week when we talk about conflict resolution, but it's figuring out the common, like the battlegrounds, right? Like, I mean, we can't start playing a sport, you playing with soccer rules and I'm playing with hockey rules.
Yeah.
We're not meeting eye to eye, right? So first thing is, let's figure out what we're talking about. So
Okay.
if what you're saying, then yes, absolutely, right? Now, self-care, I want you to think about it like this. So when we go to you've taken trips before on an airplane, right?
No, I've never been.
Are you serious?
Yes, no, I have.
I don't I
I
did
have. I
it.
totally have.
Okay. So in trips, right? Do you remember where they always talk about the mask, or so the flight attendant, I don't know what they're called now, like the
Oh
people,
yeah, the oxygen mask, right?
right?
Whenever you're on a trip, something happens. Go
What do
ahead.
they say?
Well, you put your oxygen mask on first on you, and then you go and help those around you.
Right. Now, why?
Mhm.
Do you know why?
Yeah, because what's the use you helping when you're gonna pass out? Then people are gonna have to help you.
Yeah, so there's actually two reasons. So there's actually two reasons as to why they ask you to put the mask on first. Number one, if you're in that high of an altitude and there's lack of oxygen, you tend to things slow down. You see, even though things are happening in real time, you are registering things in slow motion. and so you're much slower to like react. And if there's a continual lack of oxygen, you can actually pass out. Now, number two, if you pass out, you're not going to die. However, because the plane is being jerked around left, right, and center, you can actually bang your head to the seat in front of you, the window, or you can bang your head to the person beside you. And so, for you to be able to help anyone else around you, you have to be in a position of being able in a position to help, right? To
Mhm.
be in the right state of mind. So when it comes to self-care, right, there is literally within limits, as long as you are able to hit, think about it as a reset button. It can be 30 minutes, it can be an hour during the day, it can be whatever. It can be reading a book, it can be going to the gym. If it just means sitting down and playing a video game for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, just to allow you to reset and just forget of any problems that you are having, or just whatever the case is, right? And just to, again, to be able just to reset so you can be in a much happier, much better mood to be able to help other people. So it's literally, the problem becomes is that when a reset button turns into a everyday life, or everyday living. So let's say, for example, if you want to play, I love playing video games. So if I want to sit down and watch or play video games for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, that's okay. I'm hitting my reset button. However, if I'm playing video games 8 hours a day, that's when it becomes a problem,
Yeah.
right? Then my brain atrophies, my muscles, my reaction time, my quality of life goes down. So it's not about the reset button anymore. It's about lazy habits, right? And that's
Yeah.
when it becomes bad. Watching a movie for 2 hours just to be able to reset, that's a good thing. But if you're waking up in the morning and you watch 2 3 movies, you wake up, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you do your thing, you go eat something, you come back and you watch another movie, that's when it becomes bad, because it's
Yeah.
become a like a quality of life, right?
Yeah, I totally can see that. Like you're 100% right. As I was thinking you were talking, I'm like, yeah, there's enjoyment in hitting that reset button, and everybody's different. So
Yeah,
what one person does, it may not be a reset for somebody else, but as
100.
long as it's yeah. But I really like what Terry said here. It says anything that rejuvenates the mind and soul, and that is like a right. Like she hit the nail right on the head, right? That's the
Yep.
way. That's the way that expression goes.
Latino. Yeah, go ahead.
Like big words, just get rejuvenate.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're 100% right. And I think sometimes I do have that issue, guys, that I sometimes fall into, and I think it happens to majority of us, where sometimes we tend to fall into habits that we have. And then when somebody else has a different habit, you're like, wait, what? That works for you, but that doesn't work for me. So it must be wrong, where that's not the case.
Yeah, that is
Here
100%.
here I was judging Miguel because I was like, look at him playing his video games. What does he think he's doing? But he's hitting that reset button.
It is. It's about that reset button. It's to be
Yeah.
able to put on your mask, right? And this is the thing about self-care. Problems don't go away, right? Just
Yeah.
because I'm going to be playing video games, just if I'm going to go to the gym just to be able to reset after I'm done my 1 hour, hour and a half of the gym, and I leave, the problem is still there. Like, it
Yeah.
hasn't gone away, right? But I'm in a much better position to feel better and do better things, make better choices. And so
Absolutely.
it's about being in a position of, because I used to work for a company and they always used to say, whatever you focus on grows, right?
Yep.
And so if you are only focusing on the negative, the bad thing that's happening around your life, and you're doing and all these other things, and you're not hitting that reset button, like, then that's all you're focusing on. However, sometimes it's taking 2 steps back, looking at the bigger picture, be able to reset, and then jump right back in with a new perspective, right? And if it takes
Yeah.
30, 40 minutes of playing a game, going to the gym, I hit the sauna a lot. That is
Yeah.
one of my biggest reset buttons, but I know other people, they hate it. They hate the sauna in the steam room. I love it.
Yeah, it's true. It's so true. I guess the way that I was thinking about it too is the fact that if you're doing anything so it numbs you out and you're losing track of time, then
Uh,
potentially that is not a healthy way of coping, a healthy way of self-care. So you just
yeah,
have to be mindful of what you're doing and really ask yourself, is it helping you to have a fresh eyes? Is it
yeah,
helping you to kind of come back to life and just see it a little bit different, give you more hope, anything like that, then absolutely do it. But if you're finding it that is numbing, and that the problem gets worse, bigger, or you feel more anxious,
Yeah.
then perhaps at that point is the time to kind of just reevaluate those habits.
Yeah. For those who are
Yeah.
logging in or joining in right now, just letting you know, make sure you stick around for another good 5-7 minutes. We have a massive announcement.
You
Like
know
we're
it,
saying, a
right?
huge announcement. So you want to definitely stick around towards the end so you can hear this. But yeah, going back to self-care. So what did you say some of your self-care stuff was?
I have a crazy like self-care routine. I have my habits, but my okay, my two I have two non-negotiables. And my two non-negotiables every day is a workout and scripture reading. And then those are happening regardless of what's happening in my life. But then I do have other habits as well where I do enjoy reading personal development,
Yep.
especially because it helps me to cope with the craziness of life right now.
Yeah.
And then just other stuff that I like to do. I like to take classes. Like right now, my husband and I are learning how to skate. So that provides a nice
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah.
yeah, it provides just
I
like
heard
a
about
change
that.
in scenery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, like, even going out on dates with Mike,
Mm,
yeah, just different things, hang out with friends. I think you're right, yeah. But for the most part, the way that I view my self-care is something that I do daily and something that helps me to face the world. So
right.
when I do that, the check marks that I mark off is my scriptures, my workout, and my personal development. Those 3 are happening every day.
Love it. So we
Yeah.
have a couple of comments here. So MJ says, the 600 power lifter guy says, playing with his birds and spending quality time with his fiance and
Oh, that's so
memes.
good.
Yeah, me, and that's a big thing, right? And here's a perfect example. I know someone else that is huge on memes. Like they will just find a corner in their house and just grab the phone and they'll just go through and just watch memes for like 30-40 minutes, and this is their way to just kind of like
Yeah.
forget about their problems, forget about their schooling, just like let me just reset and whatever. For me, I don't understand it. I'm not a meme guy. I'm not.
Coach Martinez says there's a lot of big words in that Coach Martinez that you're like, "What? Okay, just kidding. Just kidding."
Yeah. What? What's going So Fenella says here, I read happy thoughts. Okay. And
Yeah.
and
Like
memes.
motivational stuff too?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Terry says she watches podcasts like this one. That's
Well, she
good.
has good taste, Terry, let me tell you, you have some good taste.
Oh, MJ said another thing here. He loves he has this topic realization that the reset button becomes such a commonplace in my life that he ends up abusing. Interesting, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And so we,
yeah,
we have to be careful, right? Because we don't want this reset button to take over our quality of life because then it starts to have a reverse effect where if I'm, going to the gym is great for an hour or two, but if I'm there like 8 hours a day,
yeah,
then, what's my quality of life with my family, with my children, with my wife, with my friends, with my work? I love playing video games, but if I do this 8, 9, 10 hours a day, what's my quality of life with my muscles and my bones will atrophy and all these different things. And so,
yeah,
yeah, so anything in good portion is good. If you start
yeah.
to abuse that, that's when it becomes bad, right?
Yeah, and it's always good to do just like a self check because we all need it all the time. There's habits that always creep back into our lives, and we need to take stock, kind of
Yeah.
see what's going on, and then just move on from then.
Yeah. And it can be literally anything because
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine, so I served a mission. So part of our faith is when a young man turns 18, 19, he has the option of serving a mission, right? So
Mhm.
I went on a mission. I went to Puerto Rico. I swear there are days I wake up and I'm like, I'm Puerto Rican, not El Salvadorian. I love Puerto Rico, right? I'm actually, you know what? One of my goals is to buy a house in Puerto Rico,
Oh
legit.
my gosh, that's
Oh,
so
yeah.
nice.
Right by the beach, right? There's an area called La Perla, so it's just close by there. But anyways, so my a friend of mine, he served his mission, came back, and he would not leave his room. And all he would do all day and all night is just read scriptures. Now, as
Oh man,
amazing as that is, reading your scriptures daily, he wasn't building relationship with family, mom, dad, siblings, and friends, right? So anything in an abusive, it could be bad, right?
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I had a friend of mine tell me about a friend of hers, like it's a mutual friend, and it was the same thing when he came home from his mission. He would seek every opportunity that whatever conversation they were having, he would turn it into a spiritual conversation. Don't get me wrong, I love spiritual conversations, but if like
Yeah, yeah,
that person's doing it 24/7, then we have
yeah,
to talk.
yeah,
I'm like, there needs to be a little something like other parts of the world in your life.
yeah, yeah. So, so hit that reset button, people, right? And it can be again, I don't understand memes, but I mean,
You
it's more.
know you know what I was abusing, to tell you the truth? So I downloaded TikTok and I was watching these, like, funny
That's
TikTok
dangerous.
videos.
That's dangerous.
It's so dangerous. It's like what? Like 5 to 15-second videos or 30-second, minute at most. Can I tell you one night, the night that I decided that this is not going to happen anymore, I spent 3 hours on 15-second videos.
Yeah,
Legit, right? I'm
yeah.
like, sometimes you're like, "Oh, I just wanna de-stress before, like, I do whatever," right? And that was my thought process, and there I was until midnight, and so I finished with my last cat video, and I uninstalled that app and didn't look back. Those cat videos are crazy on there, they're so
Cat
funny.
video. The same thing happened. I didn't uninstall it, so that you have way more power or willpower. But
You
yeah, it
gotta
was. I went to bed around 8:30. My wife was texting. She's a hairdresser, and so she was like, answering some appointments, whatever. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, she's doing that. So I grabbed my phone. I started same thing, TikTok, right? Legit, no joke. It was 11:15,
and you
and I
went to bed at 8:30.
and I went to bed at 8:30, but it was 11:15, and this is how bad. So this is how bad it was. I looked over and Tegan's passed out. I didn't even notice when she just like rolled over. I think she said goodnight, right? So normally she has to like give me like say the kiss and do okay kisses good night whatever. I don't I think she asked and I just didn't respond back.
That's
No, no, but
It was like an out of body experience for
it,
you.
it, it was it was 11:15 and I look over and she's snoring a
Oh my gosh,
she's
I'm sure
done.
that's not true.
Well, okay, yeah, she doesn't snore. But the point is, I didn't even notice she had her back towards me, and I'm looking at the phone. It was like 11:15, and I picked up the phone at 8:30, and I said, and the next day I paid for it, right? Because you still have to wake up early. But yeah, like, and I was like, okay, this is not happening again. That's
You
when I
gotta
started.
you
Was
gotta
that?
get rid of it. You gotta uninstall that
No,
app.
I can't uninstall it. There's way too many good videos on TikTok. Yeah, there's no way. I can't, dude. I gotta get some of my dances going.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I know. I always say that if something's at way too much of a temptation, you should never have it around you. I don't
Yeah.
understand sometimes when people are like, "Oh, I'm showing myself my willpower." I'm like, I have no willpower, so let
Yeah.
me just get rid of that.
Yeah. So I do. I get rid of the phone now. So I either leave the phone in my office or I mean, if my kids are
There you
home,
go.
right? If my kids are home, then that's it. Then I don't need. So I'll even put sometimes the phone in the bathroom, like in our room, and so I'll just leave it there. I'll brush my teeth and just leave it there, and I have my alarm clock beside me. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So super interesting. All right, Maria, are you ready to drop the big news?
I'm so ready. You want me to do it or you want to do it? You do it.
She's so nervous.
So every time before the podcast, whenever Miguel is like, "Okay, you're gonna intro," and I'm like, I get all choked up, and I'm like,
I tengo
I
tengo una
know that's
noticia.
how people do their exercises before they go out and sing, and they're practicing and warming up their voice. That's what I do, but I like choke it out. The
You gotta
secrets
if
behind
you
the scenes.
next week she's doing the intro for the podcast, you definitely wanna log in, right? So to hear her do the
You
open.
won't even, how we have that countdown? You like trick me so there won't even be that countdown. I'll just be live and I won't even know it. And I'll be like, it's all right. It's
It's
all
okay.
about getting outside of our comfort zone. Sometimes you got to get out there before you
Oh,
feel ready.
100%. Yeah, yeah. No one's judging here. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We have some big things happening right now, okay? So,
Yeah.
Maria has joined the team, obviously, as you've seen, right? We still have a team that, once COVID is done, our plans is to go full throttle again with MTC Life and bring all the coaches back and all these different things. Maria has joined the family, and she is yeah, anyway. So one of the things that we are going to be doing together is, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing some, let me see here. Ready?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got some merch happening.
Listen, it's all about motivational gear. If you guys know us, if you know me, if you know Miguel, we love sharing our light. We
Yeah.
love motivating. We love helping others feel good from the inside out. So what we thought about doing is, why not do it? You have a cool sweater on. You sometimes have motivation that's there for yourself. But what about the person behind you? What about those around you? I'm a big believer in sharing my light with others. And I thought that the best way we could do that is through motivating others through the back of our shirts.
So
So here, you do it.
we have two lines coming up, okay? And this when I say
Yeah.
huge, it's massive huge, okay? So
Yeah.
the thing is here, and let me share the screen again. So very quickly, we're building the store. All of our line is dropping tomorrow evening, and we're just going to start pushing for everything. But it's called Reflect, right? Our line. And so it's motivational stuff, not only on the back of the shirts, but also on the front of the shirt. So for
Mhm.
example, if you take a look at here, this is just some of the stuff. This is not everything yet, but check this out. The see right here, it says it's in reverse. The reason why it's in reverse is because the messages can only be read in the mirror. What? Are
I
you
know.
kidding me? So one of how it came about was, it's actually very funny. I was at the gym and I had this motivational tee, and it said like never give up or all these different things. And I was looking in the mirror and I couldn't read it. And I'm like, things that we wear tends to, in the front at least, tend to be for
Mhm.
others, not for yourself. I would love to be brushing my teeth, working out in the mirror, and watching something or reading something that just motivates me. And so the images in the front will be reversed so they can be watched, seen in the mirror. And images in the back is going to be for the people who are behind you, let's say at the grocery stores or things like that. And so these are motivational tees, motivational gears. We got shower curtains coming. We got mugs. We got hats. We got toques. We got
Listen,
sweaters. We got
any
jackets.
way that like a little piece of us can be with you to motivate you and tell
Yeah.
you that you got this, that you can do this life, that you can rise up to whatever challenge is facing you. I am so excited.
So yeah, we got this stuff happening. We're gonna push out the gear very very soon. So the it's not just open again. We're launching it, and we have like these pillows as well. So I don't know if you can see me in the background right over there. It says "I am awesome" pillows, so you can have them by your bedside, or you can have them whatever. That every time when you have them, it's the last thing you see before you go to bed, and it's the first thing you see when you wake up. And just knowing
Yeah.
that you're awesome on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to change your life. I promise you. Oh, dude, can you feel it?
100%.
Can you feel it?
Oh my gosh, I got all tingly. Here, let's like I'm loving MJ. Look at him. He says, 1,000%, I'll be getting a hoodie. Hopefully it doesn't rip. That's right.
It won't rip. We got you, man. We got you.
Oh man, that's awesome.
But these are some of the things. So these are the front, and then this is the back here. The ones is like, hey, you, yes, you behind me, don't give up. What?
I know. Can you imagine if you were the one having a bad day and you're like, oh man, life just freaking sucks right now. And then just you happen to see the person in front of you and you're like, what? Is that
Yeah.
message for me? Yes, that message was intended for you because when we created it, we were thinking about you. So, so
100%.
excited.
And
Oh,
another
I got
thing,
goosebumps.
I know we got stickers as well coming around. And not only that, check this out. Here's the big one. Are you ready? One of those bathroom mats that say "I'm awesome" or "Today's going to be an amazing day." So you're taking a shower and you come out, and then there it is, this message with me in the front, like that. No, I'm just joking. I'm gonna put my
Oh
mug
my
on there.
gosh. I'm there. I mean, like, that'd be so off putting.
Can you
Please let's
imagine?
not put Miguel on any of our gear. Or we're gonna do because we have been talking about doing a shower curtain, right? Imagine
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
just like Miguel.
And she's like, "I can see you." Yeah, yeah. So it's geared to inspire you and to inspire others, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the whole purpose of this gear, and is that every time you put it on, just I we need you to know that we love you, we're thinking about you, and we're trying to work our hardest to get you to stay motivated in this in these crazy times. So
Oh, it's so
yeah,
true. It's like, whatever positivity you put out there, it has a ripple effect.
yeah,
So we hope that as you guys watch us, as you guys are, engaging with our podcast and whatnot, that you also go out and share your light because there are so many around you that probably need that in your life too. So
yeah, 100%. I'm wearing one right now. It says
yeah.
level up, and it says quit, don't quit, and don't quit is highlighted. So here's one of them. Look at that, and it's so if we reverse it, anyways, I don't know how to reverse it on camera, but
You can't reverse it. Like StreamYard, you can't.
you
Because
can't.
right now no, right now on the app that we're using, we are mirror, big word. MIRRO, mirrored.
That's not a big word.
I
No,
can't say that
that's
word, okay?
mirrored. That's not
There
a
we
big
go.
word.
Mirror. Please, there are words that you can't say. Anyway, but yeah. So we
Ouch.
are mirrored in when we're online, but you can see your shirt perfectly. But if you were to purchase that shirt, it's actually backwards when you look at it this way. But
Yeah,
when you're looking at it in the mirror, it's going to be that message for you.
yeah, yeah. So birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day's coming up. So we're
Yeah.
gonna have designs coming up all the time. And again, in the front, in the back, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Listen, I am so
Yeah.
super excited. Thank you so much for all your support. Uh,
Yeah.
today was awesome talking about self care. Make sure you
Yeah.
put on your mask on first, right, Maria?
That
Any final thoughts there?
And you know what? My final thought is that it's always so good to talk about these things and to just have the mindset that people are different and it's okay to be different. It's okay to, accept others for their practices and they'll accept you for your practices. And if they don't, that's totally okay too. You get to move on, right? So
Yeah,
I enjoy that aspect because I learned a lot. At the beginning when I was thinking about self-care, I was like, well, it's this, it's that, it's things that like motivate you and this, but I was just reviewing it based on what helps me, not
mm,
necessarily on what helps others. So
okay,
it was good. It was a good chat. I enjoyed it. So that would be my biggest takeaway.
interesting. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. For those who are just logging in, make sure you go back. We had some big, huge, massive announcements towards the end. We talked about self care. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big one. We're talking about conflict resolution. This is huge. This is
Yeah.
huge, especially with
It-
what we are seeing in Europe and stuff like that. If people can just learn some of these principles, how much
yeah.
better of a life we're going to be.
It's so true. It's so true. Sometimes it's so hard too, guys, right?
Yeah.
Conflict is hard.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all. Love you to the moon and back. Thank you so much for logging in. And we will see you next week, Monday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, absolutely. A little shout out here to MJ who engaged with us so much. Thank you so much, for being on here.
Yeah, yeah. All of these people, look at the beautiful people. Love you all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. All the information is listed actually down below here at the MTC Life channel, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Make sure that you like and push this content out to really help us out, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Anyways, love you. Thank you so much. Later, Gators.